Jalen Hurts is elite. The Eagles stopped their two-game losing streak to beat the Minnesota Vikings 28-22 on Sunday and improved to 5-2. Eagles came off their mini-bye with a lot at stake going into Sunday's game. If it's not the constant weird narratives around Hurts being the central issue with the Eagles' offensive struggles, it's the constant trade rumors surrounding A.J. Brown. You can just tell the pressure was high coming into Sunday's game with all the reporting about predictability and more about player meetings and surrounding the flow and success of the offensive play calling. And if you watch Sunday's game, you can tell they were really trying to establish their dominance in the trenches by calling 4 consecutive run plays. Look, Saquon hasn't been Saquon of old this season, and I think it's largely due to the offensive line performing below average with their run blocking. And this is where I get kind of annoyed with the coaching staff, because I get the whole notion about imposing your will on a defense and winning the trench war. But as we've seen, and it points back to the predictability issue, there's no innovation or new concepts with the run game. It seems like teams are pretty much expecting the outside run with Saquon, and when they're trying to run the ball through the A-gap, Saquon gets blasted in the backfield. Now, I don't want to assume that this is going to be the theme with the running game all year, but you kind of expect Saquon would be defended differently coming into this season. I mean, things could change. We are 7 weeks into the season. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Now, can we talk about Uno? Can we talk about Uno? What frustrates me the most about the narrative surrounding Jalen Hurts is that most of the media pundits and his critics discuss him like he can't pick apart top NFL defenses. He's been doing that since 2021, since he was named the full-time starter. People just weren't paying attention. I think it's mostly an aesthetics thing with his critics. Jalen may not look as good as a Josh Allen or a Patrick Mahomes or a Justin Herbert when throwing the ball. But again, that's all subjective. What Jalen has proven time and time again is that he can keep you in games and win. And you can win games when he throws the ball. 19 of 23, 326 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 158.3 passer rating. Perfect passer rating. Perfection. Now look, I think stats without context doesn't mean much. So here's the context with Jalen. He put up those numbers against a Vikings defense who ranks 6th overall in total defense and 2nd in pass defense in the NFL. That's really good defense. That's a really, really good defense, and Jalen turned them into pulled pork. Brian Flores is a highly respected defensive coordinator in this game today, and Jalen gave him a fit. And people need to talk about Hurts' clutch gene a little bit more. 3rd and 9, 4th quarter, gotta have it play. He drops an absolute 45-yard dime to A.J. Brown to ice the game. Listen, y'all, I'm officially starting my Hurts for MVP campaign. You are more than welcome to join me. Also, it's worth noting Devontae Smith reached a new career high in receiving yards on Sunday with 183 on that 79-yard touchdown catch. That was reportedly Devontae Smith's call. Now, I guess he saw the coverage and realized that there was an opportunity there. Shout out to Kevin Patula for calling that play at that time. It just shows that he's willing to collaborate and cooperate with the players when needed. The defense. I think Vic Fangio is a really good defensive coordinator, but it's up to Howie Roseman to get him a little bit more help, primarily on the defensive line and at cornerback too. Now, I do love Brandon Graham, and I appreciate all his contributions as an Eagle throughout his tenure with Philadelphia, but we need more, a lot more. I feel like Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis are the only anchors on the line, but at defensive end, there's a significant talent drop-off, and we saw it on Sunday against the Vikings. Jalen Carter forced an interception that turned pick 6 in the 2nd quarter, and it just shows how irreplaceable he is on that defensive line. Shout out to Jalix Hunt as well. Made a great play on the ball and cashed it in to score. There's a constant issue with the Eagles this season and their inability to get home on quarterbacks. They currently ranked 28th in the NFL in sacks with 11, and we all know a good pass rush helps out a secondary tremendously. The trade deadline is approaching, and there are reports that suggested that the Eagles will be looking to upgrade at defensive end and cornerback. After the bye week, the Eagles will also be getting back defensive end outside linebacker Nolan Smith and cornerback Jacorian Bennett. it. I really thought that Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean played a really good game on Sunday too, considering the fact that they had shared responsibilities covering Justin Jefferson and kept him out of the end zone is pretty impressive for the second-year DBs. Overall, I think the run game needs to reinvent itself because I don't want the Eagles to become too one-dimensional, and we want to maintain balance throughout the season. The Eagles will attempt to get their lick back next Sunday when the Giants travel to the Link. Kelly Green jerseys are coming out too. Also, fun fact, Jalen Hurts is 9-0 against the NFC North in his career. Until next time, fly Eagles fly.